The membership, of course, is a business deductible, so that's great. And all the advertising that we do for our businesses, as I stated, the website, social media. We have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So you go to all of those, you can find various information about what the chamber is doing, and you may see State Farm on there. Or, or Old Charlie's, or Nina. So, or Judge Stevens in the courtroom. We have to get permission to take a picture of her behind the desk, and we'll show her. Or Representative Goodane, being a part and partnering with the chamber. Those are the kinds of things that we do. We also have a representation from Buffalo Rock. And as you all may or may not know, Buffalo Rock partnered with us to provide door prizes some months back. So it's really a statewide and really beyond statewide. So we invite you to be a part of the chamber. We thank you so much for coming. And as I've just introduced you all, we have some people who are public servants in the community. Judge Patricia Stevens, Representative Wonderman, and if I said it wrong, I always say it wrong, Representative Goodane. Here, along with, we have some of our board members, Morris mentioned that, and some are here and some are at the funeral of one of our board members. And of course, we ask for you all's prayers as this family grieves. Again, we thank you. And before we move on, we do need to recognize and do our pledge. Our usual person who's with the American Legion, we were looking for him, and he's probably at the funeral as well. So let's stand and we will pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You are very much. Okay. You like another? Okay, that's enough. That's good. All right. Now, our sponsors. We have opportunities for corporate sponsorships. You should have one of these brochures on your table. If not, we have them to give. Corporate sponsorships begin at $500 up to $5,000. So to mention 3 corporate sponsors for the Goldendale Chamber of Commerce, you may have seen those on the board there. One being First Horizon Bank, the law offices of Jerry Johnson, and the Peak 24. Those are the corporate sponsors for year 2022. And certainly we welcome the opportunity for anyone who wants to be a sponsor to do that. We want to thank the Old Charlie's. The general manager was not able to be here today, but Old Charlie sponsored this lunch meal today. So in your goings out and about, if you go into Goldendale Old Charlie, say, thank you for the April luncheon. We just want them to know that we're appreciative. This is our home. This building, the Peak 24, is our new home. And the gracious Ms. Flora Williams, who is a board member, the Peak 24 allows us to be a part of this building. Our office is on the other side, and this is where now we hold our lunches every month and other events. That's all that I have. Thank you all again. And now Flora Williams will come.
Good afternoon and welcome to April's Chamber meeting. Our speaker today, let me read this first. Disclaimer, no representation is made that the quality of the legal services to perform is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. Well, this is a lawyer that we're talking about.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Laura.
Nina is an attorney, author, speaker, and truth dealer. She runs her own solo law firm specializing in trademarks and IP law, criminal defense, and probate law, and is an Amazon bestseller. Most of all, Nina loves sharing her experiences as a law student, a Black Indian minority of the law field, and her journey failing her first bar exam. That's something for her to share that with everybody, to let us know that your failures don't define your future. When she's not writing, speaking, or helping her clients, you can find her at Starbucks where the barista knows her drink water by heart. Nina is here today to share with us how to elevate our business virtually, a candid conversation of how to take your business from brick and mortar to virtual in the new pandemic. Welcome, Nina.
Thank you, guys. Thank Gary, really, because she asked me to do this off of a wish and a prayer from one great Birmingham Bar Association event. She said, "We need you to come and talk to the chamber." And I was like, "The chamber? Me? You want me?" And it wasn't really a surprise. It was just I've been wanting to speak to the chamber conference for a while, so it's on time. So before we get started, I made you guys a flyer for the event. So this is all the musical and design styling for myself, but hopefully I get somebody to do this for me for the time. But one of the things that I utilize for everything is the technology advancement that you guys definitely need. It's Canva. It's $5.99 a month for the pro. Get the pro version. Don't be lazy like me. I did Canva free for all this time, and it's so much easier with the pro because you don't have any restrictions. It's you can use the clip art. You can use all the stuff. The licensing on the terms and conditions is useful. So definitely do that. Some things that you're going to walk away with today are the automation tool guide. So we want to make you guys do some work. So it's a good thing I have a pen and paper in front of you because you're going to use it. It's a good thing you sit next to some people because you don't talk to them. All right. The second thing you're going to do at the very end of the presentation, I'll give you a virtual assistant review checklist. Things that if you have an assistant, should really do this for them, and they will do wonders for you and take your business to the next level. And lastly, I'm going to give you my overcoming failure pivot technique. And we're going to do it together, so don't worry. Yeah, I'm work a little bit today. Lastly, there will be QR codes to scan throughout this that will have guides and things that you can download. If you don't have it, Miss Darian is definitely going to send it to you when I send it to her. So you'll get all the access to what you need afterwards, these takeaway packets and some of the slides that have more work on it than I'm going to read. All right, so this is your agenda. First thing we're going to do is a brainstorming session. We're going to talk about today's goal. We're going to talk about the secret ingredient to hard work, because there's really one secret ingredient to hard work, but there's 3 areas or buckets that I tell people to pull from if you really want to be in the virtual business and not just in a brick and mortar business. And lastly, you're going to talk about what's holding you back. I read a book, and these notes I took on this book, I include this book now for all of my clients for the future, because y'all gonna find out just how relatable this book is, and it's gonna make a lot of sense as to why stuff's not working. And lastly, we're gonna talk about a final brainstorm to get over that failure, that fear of failure. Raise your hand right now if you're afraid of failure. Sometimes it just creeps up in the middle of the night. Ooh, that's a lot of hands. All right, so I'm gonna ask y'all for a favor. Right now, I'm gonna give you my personal number, and I don't ever do that. So this is my personal number, 205-306-4032. Y'all text me your name and your email. I will enroll y'all in 3 products that I have that will definitely help you with that fear of failure, especially in the social media area, okay? So the first 10 to do it, got you. I said people in here, everyone sent your name and email. I got you. I'm enrolling you in products free today that I charge you. All right? So let's get to our first thing. got brainstorming session. I'm gonna ask you a hard question. Don't get mad at me. It's just a question. All right? Now, how many of you know how to use technology to monetize your business? You guys can answer out loud. I definitely like to use attention. Raise your hand. Yes, no, maybe. Okay. Jasmine, how do you use technology to monetize your business?
Oh, for sure.
How you know? What you do?
So I use Instagram, social media, Instagram, YouTube, and by making a video, for example, you can put in a caption or the comments like, hey, this is my email, this is how you reach out to me when they want to work with you. And that's how you can monetize, use technology to monetize your business.
Awesome. Anybody else already, like, I at least know one way to do it. All right, that's okay, because I got a few that you can use. All right, so same question, solutions. Zoom, you can have paid Zoom webinar. I don't know if you guys know about the registration option in Zoom. You can only use it on the computer. You can't do it from the app. I've tried, it's really frustrating. Go on the Zoom app on your computer screen and you can actually check in registration. And there are ways to buy a Zoom program where you can have them pay you to come. And you don't have to give them a Zoom link until they pay you. So you can literally make this a paid service, have a private Facebook group, and they can't get access to the private Facebook group unless they pay for your thing. And Zoom will stream directly into your groups. Podia is what I use for webinars, digital products, or courses. Podia is $39 a month. Every time I want to do a webinar, you can do it for free. If you are in, power of leadership, they don't let you do nothing when you make money. But if you want to get the word out about you so that people know that you really help and you have so many resources that you provide, you can use Podia to get that information out there and collect emails. Instagram has just launched bonuses. Now, you're going to have to do some work on Instagram to get access to this bonus, but you can subscribe to people's content on Instagram. If you get about 10,000 followers on Instagram, they have a subscription-based model, but when you go live, people have to pay you monthly to see your special lives. TikTok, I'm on TikTok. I upload like on TikTok, so y'all can look me up on another day. Just letting y'all know I have fun on TikTok. You don't judge me. I'm a full person. But the live gifts that they give you, you get 1,000 followers on TikTok, and it's not hard to get 1,000 followers. It do take some work, but it's not hard. Once you go live, they can give you gifts, like people who watch it, if you're doing something fun, having fun with the app, giving good valuable information, and those live gifts turn into money. Literally, TikTok has paid by now. By the time you get 10,000 followers on TikTok, you can actually be a part of the creative marketplace, or brands will personally contact you and ask you to put videos on your page. One video, $500 to $5,000. The cast, I just learned about this the other day, you can actually charge people to view your videos. You know all that work that social media do on Instagram? The cast actually lets you put a price to the videos that you put on. You don't have to use any of these. These are all things that you're familiar with. The cast costs money, it's $750 a year, but you can charge for people to access your videos and embed this to your website and nobody can steal it. So you can actually change it so that nobody can use your video, which is a lot of words, but it just means that nobody can take your video, put it in one of those link things and download it on their phone. Yeah. Anchor.fm is an app you can download on your phone. I actually used Anchor.fm when I was studying for the bar exam, and you can get paid for your podcast. Literally, I did podcasts in my car. You don't have to have no fancy software, fancy microphones. It's great, but you don't have to. Meet, I discovered recently because I got asked to speak at an event, and they use Meet for their virtual event. You can use paid and free events on Meet. You can put in a speaker list, you can put a sponsor group, you can have a virtual lounge, you can have a virtual speed networking. All of that is available for free. They have a free option. Now, the event replay option is only available if you pay for the $99 per month and you're locked in to at least 3 months. So they're going to get $300 out of you if you want those special features. But it's pretty cool. So, I say all that to say, not that scary, right? When I tell you that these things are available to you and technology is like, wow, if I get one person who could do all that for me, it would be super easy for me to run my business. That sounds super amazing. The goal, though, going virtual in your business, the only key ingredient is that you have to work hard. Now, y'all heard it before, right? I know you gotta work hard. You work hard every day. But let me give you a couple, about 3 different areas where working hard is scary for a lot of y'all. One place that's scary is social media. And I don't even know, what is that, the Facebook, the Instagram, y'all know what it's all called. These are your primary areas or outlets, okay? They all have different purposes. Y'all can read it. I'll send these slides to Ms. Derry afterwards so you can read what they're about. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Clubhouse, and Twitter. And as you guys can see, there's a QR code. So, when Ms. Derry sends this to you, you can just scan it and boom, it'll take you straight to the free guide. But if you did what you're supposed to before the end of this presentation, I will enroll you guys in all of that for free. Your name and your email address, you'll get the same free guide. Awesome. So social media presence. If you don't even have this, then you're not putting a presence online. You're only kind of doing your business. You're only kind of putting stuff out there. You only kind of want people to know. It doesn't have to be scary. You don't have to do no weird things on there. You can be you. And that's the thing. Most people are attracted to businesses that are themselves, but put those places out there. Because those are the only places where there's already people there. You don't have to work for those people. You don't have to go and meet them at events like this. You can literally create a profile and random people will follow you and be engaged with your content. And that's all that social media is. It's just social. All you gotta do is when people comment, engage with them. Thank you for liking this. Thank you for doing this. And what Jasmine was talking about was really good, but it's all a format. You put a very small hook at the beginning of your captions. You talk about something that will grab someone's attention, make it a story, make it engaging. But then at the end, it's called a call to action. You ask them to do something, and you don't do a call to action every time you post because everybody's gonna get tired. You always want me to pay for something. You gotta make it fun. Tell them a story. I had a bad day. Let me tell you about my bad day. People actually want to hear about you. They want to know your story. And when they know your story, they fall in love with you. When they fall in love with you, you're actually a social media influencer because that's all it is. But it's so much work. It takes time. And this is the part where everybody skips. All right? But this is the part that I'm going to use Ms. Derry as an example. After we do this, everybody pull out your phone, please. Make a 1-minute video about a brand, your brand, or something that's very special to you. All you gotta do is pull out your camera. I prefer to tell you not to use your selfie camera, but flip your camera around so you get a better quality video. But just 1-minute video. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna give y'all 60 seconds. I'm watching the clock. It's 12:32. You got to 12:33. 1 minute. And I just want y'all to see how hard, because a lot of us, we underestimate social media influencers. We don't really know what they do. But watch when you try to make this video how hard it is for you to keep it in 1 minute. And this is what they do. Y'all just stop. You can do it. We give you the fear today.
Oh my gosh.
Don't fear.
I know.
You just-
Oh, are we
you
talking
tell
about a brand or a business?
about yourself.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what I want to say about myself.
This is a good awareness exercise. I know.
My name is Kayla Harris. I am a graduate of UAB. I'm currently working in sports and entertainment for the city of Birmingham. And I am really looking forward to being a lawyer in the future.
All right, time's up. How many people got through their 60-second video?
How many got?
Got all the way through their 60-second video. Okay, Miss Derry, you want to share your video with the class?
Not really.
Share your video with the class, and you feel this is breaking fear. I'm trying to break your fear because if I break your fear, we can break through to your
Okay, so, okay. Oh, but you started it over.
Okay, so you notice that we're in the wild, right? This is usually how social media influencers, people who own businesses, create their content. There's things that you're noticing from the video. You're like, oh, I can't see it. maybe I should do the other camera. Ooh, it's too loud, maybe I need to move into a location. Ooh, the lighting's not really
Yeah.
great. This is the stuff that nobody thinks about. This is the stuff that most people, they're like, you just love influencing. It's not. You missed the point. It's hard. This is the hardest thing I have to do. This takes work. I'm so drained after I make a bunch of reels, how many takes I have to take. But this is what's gonna set your business up for success, because you have to break your fear. Once you break your fear and you do it once, you're like, dang, I can make that so much better. I can make that so much better. And that's really what this is about. So the other area, because y'all saw how hard social media was. I'm just gonna give you one. Miss Derry already does this for the Goldendale Chamber of Commerce. So it's a Google SEO presence. I want y'all to Google yourselves right now. That's not even in here. I added that as a bonus. Google your name. Tell me what pops up at the top. Is it your Google My Business page? Because if it's not, you ain't do what you're supposed to do, okay? Because when you type in Nina Spirit, you will find Nina R. Spirit Law Firm and take you straight to my Google My Business profile and my top reviews. The reason I'm telling you this is because somebody pointed this out to me. I didn't know this. I was just, creating Google My Business pages for fun. So for my law firm, I didn't even make one. I didn't think to do it. And they're like, well, if you don't have it, then nobody can Google you. And if you look your name up and all you can find is your LinkedIn, at least you know you got a LinkedIn presence. Because LinkedIn is going to be the next thing that pops up for you. Some of us don't know how to go to Google. It's okay. If you don't know how to go to Google, this is the first time you're going to find out. You're going to find the Google app. You just search the app in your phone. Because everybody, I think they require to put Google on your phone now. It's on every phone. The other things that are up here are not as important as that Google SEO presence. This is super important, but I'm not going into all this. Y'all can read these things on your own, and I know y'all can read English very well. Again, Ms. Derrick's gonna get some of these slides and outline materials so you don't have to take any notes. But I like it when people take notes, you retain them. All right, so this is that Google SEO presence. Y'all know what I'm gonna let you do. So here's your activity. This is your fun. Open up Google My Business on your phone. All you gotta do is type in Google My Business. Sign up for an account using the email that's normally associated with your business. Okay? That's all I need you to do. What did I tell you I use? Anybody remember what app? Canva. Make a profile photo and a cover photo on Canva for homework. It's homework. It's not what you're doing right now, okay? You can't do this right now, but you're gonna miss some things. And then ask for help. Ask 3 people. You can ask 3 people from here, 3 people in your friend group, 3 people in your family. Tell me, my mama looks at some of my presentations before I present them, because if my mom and I can talk and have a conversation about it, then I know I made it clear. If I didn't, then she gonna tell me, because ain't nobody more honest with you than your mama. Am I right or am I right? So ask 3 people about your business, your services, or if you're in politics, your reputation. What do you think about when you think about me? What do you see when you see me online? What do I give off? What is this giving off? Is this video a video that makes you want to vote for me, or is it a video that makes you, I don't really know her? All you're trying to do is figure out your market. The people that you're supposed to be inspiring, are they inspired? So, the third thing that I think defines hard work is automation and client gift tools, okay? This is what I'm telling you. Those other 2 things I told you, you are going to be too overwhelmed to carry out the daily tasks that you need to get done if you don't figure out how to automate all those other things I told you. If you try to create content every day, because if you are doing social media, you need to show up every day. And if you can't figure out how to do it, Business Suite on Facebook posts on Instagram and Facebook for you, okay? There are apps like Calendly and other things that will post on social media. Even Canva will schedule your social media posts. If you get the pro version, it'll schedule your post. You can do it all in one day. All you gotta do is record the content. That's what you hear this word, batching content. I spent 2 to 3 hours batching 10 videos. So now I got 10 videos worth of content. I'm gonna post 10 days. Everything's created. Everything's pre-done. So doesn't that sound so much easier than you trying to post every day and find, okay, we gotta post, otherwise you can just do it in one day, maybe 2 days per month. And you don't need more than 2 to 3 hours. Nobody's looking past 15 seconds. These 15-second videos. 1 picture, 2 pictures if you want to, but it doesn't have to be super difficult. I use automation to change what I do. And if you're gonna be virtual, which means you're taking your business from brick and mortar to something that people can't really tangibly see the customer service every day, you need to incorporate client gifts. Now, of course, I put these in, y'all can read it later, but these are gifts and ways that I make my clients feel special. Nobody's gonna wanna work with you if there's no way to see your customer service every day. So you have to show them a different way. And I use client gifts as that technique. That's really what revolutionizes hard work. So this is my last thing. You can do this right now on the sheet they gave you. I want you to list out all the items that you need to automate. Now here's my list. Client intake calls and emails, scheduling my appointments, training my team, protecting my brand assets, securing my business, and providing the services / manufacturing the good that I'm trying to create. That's my list. It's not my full list, that's just the most pressing things for me right now. Now, I'm about to read a lot of you guys, and if you don't know what that means in my culture, it means I'm about to tell you about yourself, so you might be upset with me, but I promise you, it came from a book that I really hope that you read, okay? Because reading changes lives. Okay, what it is. Why are you struggling? Why are you having problems? You see that sandwich up there? That's a good image. Go camping. Are you a busy worker bee? You just like to work all the time, just want to get the task done. Once the task done, you check it out for this. You're so proud of yourself, but you've been working for 7 hours straight, 8 hours straight. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You just can't stop working. Is that true? If it is, I want y'all to do a quick thing for me and write out some traits that you think show that you're a worker bee. Why are you working all the time? What is it that you know about yourself? Yeah, I'm just determined, I'm passionate, that's why I'm doing this. And then where do you find balance? When do you say, you know what, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I need to go to sleep. And I can't do this 2 o'clock in the morning every morning because I need to have balance in my life to see my family, I need to wake up on time, and the 2 o'clock in the morning shift isn't working for me. And where does efficiency and new technology fall in? Because you can't use those things, right? And my slides are a little out of order, so I have to go back a couple of times for this. But this is my thing for business. You simply want to get a high volume of clients so you can feel useful. You just want a lot of people to come work with you. Then you'll have the money you need, right? And you just get a lot of work, then you can do the work, and then you'll be fine. Because the more hours you get, the more you get paid. And the thing is, I increased my price so I can outsource this. And that book that I told you about, the E-Myth, Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work by Michael Berger, changed my life because I outsource. One of the people I outsourced to is right there in the room. She's a trademark lawyer with me, and she helped me with my searches. I'm not going to do this by myself. I wasn't made to do this by myself. And when you start realizing that it's not competition, it's collaboration, you'll stop being a busy worker bee all the time and find people who actually want to help you. Jarrell over here is definitely doing a great job making sure that I have people to record what I'm doing. Because I'm tired of recording on my laptop and bringing my laptop. Like, hey, I'm streaming. I want somebody else here to do something more professional, more to my standard. The next person this is Ideas Galore Nancy. Understand what it made sense when I was talking about my mom later. But this person always got ideas. You're like, yes, girl, we're going to do this. We're going to start a campaign, and we're going to save the puppies. You are going to save the puppies, but how? See, Nancy, Ideas Galore, she's amazing. She comes up with the best ideas. And the rest of you are just like, dang, how am I supposed to? You ever felt like this before? I want you to think about that person as an innovator. What traits does this person have? What is it that you do that fits this idea forward? You'll find yourself just coming up with new things to do. It's like, yeah, we should do that. And we should do this. And this would be a good idea too. Hey, you know what? I need to balance. When do you tell yourself it's not time for ideas anymore, it's time for work? Or it's time for me to come up with a system? Where do you find efficiency? How does technology integrate? So, go back. We'll do it. So, this one is you simply want to get a high relevance and influence in your market. You trying to do stuff that fits the trends, right? Trying to stay relevant. All right, this is what I did. And I got this from a wonderful podcast called Online Marketing Made Easy with Amy Worthfield. She recommended, and this increased 47% in sales conversions, creating a concierge service using your friends, family, and people who have taken your mentee students. One of my concierge people is here right now. If you can guess what she is, I need something else. But they actually go and talk to my customers who haven't really bought my courses yet and ask them, what's your pain point? What's your struggle? What do you have an issue with? And I use surveys. Every time someone sends me an email or a text message on Facebook or Instagram, we send them a survey. And that builds all the time. I didn't have to do it anymore. One hack that I'll give you afterwards, all you gotta do, hope you did it, name an email, I'll send you the hack after this. But there is a website where you can literally look this stuff up. And I kid you not, it asks all the questions in your industry. So this idea for little person can also be put together. Now, this last one, the rules enforcement. This most of us. Look, man, we gotta figure out how we did this. We gotta know how to account for it. How did we arrive at this destination? This person is the boss, the employee. The one that's like, you know what, we can't do all this. We can't work all the time. We can't, you running a company hours, okay? Rules enforcer always comes into play. Now, of course, as I told you before, make sure you think about the traits that this person is. How do you find balance when you're being this person? Because this person also is a dream killer. Like, no, I don't want to hear anything you got to say, ideas galore. I just want us to get to the bottom line. And how does efficiency and technology fit in? So for that last one, the rules enforcement. We just want to get stuff done the right way, right? Not a bad person for wanting it done the right way, you just want it done right. But just create standard rules and guides and operational manuals for people to learn how to do it right. Standardize your practice. Think franchise. What if I had to pass this on to somebody? Think transitional documents if you're in business organizations. And if you could explain exactly what you do and how you do it, would somebody be able to pick that book up and run your business? No problem. And if you can create that, you don't have to be a rules enforcement. Look, man, you signed it. We got stuff in place. It's gonna write you up. I'm not gonna let you go. You're not performing what you need to do. And you have to be a rules enforcer that has something to back it up. If you scan there, in the documents we'll send you later, the email, I'm out of America. You want that book now? That's the book. It's on Amazon. That's the link to get it directly on Amazon. It's also my affiliate link for Amazon if you want to help your girl out. This is the thing. How do you identify? Okay? We're going to do another brainstorm workshop. Okay? Here's my experiment. I want you to think about your preferred identity and ask who you can hire to fill these other roles you no longer want to do. So on that other one, that slide, how do you guys identify? You think you identify with one person over the other? Anybody have one? All right, that's good, because you're all three people in yourself. That's why you're struggling. When Michael Berger pointed this out to me, I was so mad at him. I said, how dare you be right? I'm struggling the whole time. And those are my notes from like reading what he said, but you're three people. That's why you're struggling so much. You can't be three people at once. You have to learn a perfect cohesion in that. And that is not easy. It's really hard. And that's why I said, the hard work I gave you earlier, it has to be automated. And the way that you get there is you think about what you can do. So, remember I asked y'all that question earlier at the very beginning. I'm gonna tell y'all how to feel it. Because I know y'all already feel. So, I went to my first pitch proposal, I felt the bar, and I was just feeling down. But 2 weeks later, I got into a business accelerator program called Black Upstart. So, to help Black entrepreneurs start their own stuff and get everything all the way from the minimum viable product to an actual investment. I went over there thinking I was going to revolutionize my nonprofit and make it a social entrepreneurship venture. And they said, no, nobody's going to pay for that. You can do that for free. Can't do that. So I called my mom. I was there, mom, they were like my ideas. I don't know what to do. I've already said, oh, I can't do better. I woke up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and went and harassed the person in charge of the program and just kept throwing ideas in there, kept throwing more and more ideas. And finally, we hit an idea that worked. And it's called You Are the Future Kids. It's my school supplies line. It is registered trademark, and I definitely am going to do that on Etsy right now. But we came up with that. With the school supplies for kids of color. It was beautiful. It was exciting. People wanted to see that in the Walmart stores today. And so when I went out to do it, I was like, yeah, that is amazing. It's a good idea. And now I do financial literacy in schools, and we're perfectly positioned to have those school supplies for kids of color. I had all the graphics created and everything. If you want to know more about that program, stay in here. I'll be having those throughout the day just because it's easy. QR codes on our face. So this is the problem. Y'all told me you have it. And you didn't even, I didn't even know you were going to tell me you have it. You did it. Why is it important for you to become comfortable embracing failure in business? I want you to take 1 minute to write that down on a sheet in front of you, individually. And then after that 1 minute is up, I want you to turn to your left and to your right. And I'm not going to tell you what they told me in law school when they said one of y'all not going to be here. I'm going to tell you, to ask your partners, your people who are next to you, what they think, why they should be comfortable embracing failure in business. Because we'll talk about this later. Gotta put it in buckets. Once you understand the buckets, I think you understand. Once you get in those groups, the big group, I just need one volunteer to write out our buckets right there on my nice little board that I brought with me. It's a little mini board, but these are the things that we gotta do. And then I'll be coming to a close at 12:55 because I have to go to Birmingham Southern after this show and speak about my law journey. So we are booked today, all day. Okay. All right. So after you're done that, small group discussion, 2 to 3 minutes total. Okay. 2 to 3 minutes total. This is a launch your business quick sheet. This is actually all the things that I did to start my business. Literally the exact play. So you can take a picture. This is what I did. You're not a lawyer. It might not be helpful because some of these are lawyer-specific things I use. But they don't say they only market to lawyers. So if this helps you, do it. So this is my exact play of the things that I needed to start and run my business. All right, I don't hear no talking now. I gotta talk to each other. Why do you think it's important to embrace failure in business?
What were we saying?
It helps you grow.
Yeah, and I think you also don't get to know what works until you like try it, and if it doesn't work, so you know next time that didn't work out, try a new plan. You know.
Right, and then it's also.
I think what else?
It opens up some new brand new ideas that you never even thought of.
Right,
Because
because it's trial and error. You know, you gotta mess up to get better.
I think too it feels
While you're talking,
scary.
I hope you guys
For sure.
sort this into buckets. What type of themes do they fall into? What type of theme? Why is it important? Because it's gonna help you personally.
Then it is not.
It's gonna help
Right, because you're gonna fail, because you're not gonna always win, but you'll. And I think it also helps you appreciate when you succeed more. You know what I mean? If you never fail, how can you really appreciate the success? You know, and if it comes natural, how do you know how to put in the work and really make it work and have that ambition to make it happen?
Really, really important. Miss
All of a sudden,
all things.
computer
Work together. Yeah.
for more than one person. And it's like.
Love is all.
My mom I'm not first, and I'm not like.
So that, Nina, you're saying, rather than looking at it as a problem or failure, here's an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So we're at the big group discussion. I want you guys to yell out at least one thing y'all said that adds value or is a solution to one of these problems. So the problem I gave you is why is it important for you to embrace failure in business? Why is it? Just yell it out. You don't gotta raise your hand, just yell it out.
Learn from your mistakes.
Yes, ma'am.
Builds character.
Build character. I like that.
Strength.
Strength. Ooh, that's good. What else?
And it helps you relate more to your customer or your client.
Yes. Anybody else?
It makes you think in a it makes you start thinking differently, because whatever was normal, that was your normal way of thinking. Now you're starting to think more of like, okay, what else can I do?
Motivation, that's a good one.
You appreciate your success because if you've never experienced failure, how can you really appreciate being at the top?
Awesome. And of course, here are your solutions, your virtual assistant checklist I promised you, so feel free to take a picture if you need to. But this is really what you need to create for them, an operations manual, having an operating agreement if you have your own business, or just an operating agreement for people who decide to work with you, like a memorandum of agreement, if you will, if you're in the nonprofit space. Executive summary, pitching your business so the other people who want to invest in it. And then social media content strategies. There are 291 working days minus the 6 weeks that you get, 4 weeks for a holiday, 2 weeks for sick day, 6 weeks, and then all of the weekends and the major holidays. 291 working days. What do you want to make a year? And that is your daily financial goal. If you tell your assistant that, if you make that, you can also incentivize them with bonuses. Okay, we got double what we're supposed to get this month. You get a bonus. You have to make it tangible so they can make it tangible. And when you hit a wall, just be creative and go around and try something different. Don't just hit the wall and be like, I'm never gonna get it, just so hard. It's okay. You can just do more market research and find that solution. And lastly, you gotta work smarter, not harder. They told me this in law school, but they didn't really tell me what that meant. Outsource again, and then outsource for good. You should be training your replacement, and you can vet them using something called free internships. Our mentor, mine and Jasmine's, told us that we could ask people to work for us for free, and they would do it. I am living proof that people will literally work for you for free so they can learn from you. If you make it a marketable enough internship that provides mentorship to them, they will come. So make it something that they can learn from and train your replacement. And I don't mean they're gonna replace you now. You can train them for when you're finally ready to enjoy your life with your family and not do this anymore and do a completely different career. You can still make money because you have somebody you trust. Standardizing your method. Think about your business, your goals, your current field as your franchise. What could you do to train people on it so they can be successful just like you? And how does your money flow through your company? Those are my solutions. My name is Nina, a little bit about me. And of course, y'all, if you really, really like these types of presentations, you need me to present these to your team. We just want it to be easy, right? To work with your own systems, your own technology. Email us at bookingthespirit@gmail.com. So I really enjoyed you all. Appreciate all the work that you guys have done. And if you have any questions, I don't necessarily have a lot of time, but I do have like 1 minute. That's it.
Before we leave, Nina, we do want to get as much of a group picture as we can.
That's fine.
And we'd like to thank you again for coming. We do have a few announcements. We know you have to leave. And we would ask you all to just hang on there. If we can get a group picture.
I can just stand here. Yeah. The lighting's over here, so you're perfect.
Okay.
I'll just stand here against this pole if you don't mind.
Ah. Tina.
We all
Yeah, come on, get this picture, Michelle.
Okay.
All right. That's why I brought him, because he does the hard work.
I guess we gotta get it. Work. Yes.
That's perfect spot, just me.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
All right, quick one when I just laugh with me. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Perfect. Just appreciate you.
Okay, so
was listening out from the meeting.